Hello everyone. This is our project online education portal from group G1. Myself Puradeep Chakravarti and my group members are Vaibhav Chandra, Priyanshu Uttam, Komal Kumar. So as you can see, this is our main home page. Vaibhav, please may you scroll down. Here you can see the 4 cards: student, professor, admin and course. And below you can see about this online education portal. So Vaibhav, please view the courses. Here you can see the courses which are presently in this system, in this database. So please go back. Now let's log in into admin. So here login will be entering the username and password, and in case the admin forgets the password, then he or she will be pressing the forget password button. There admin can enter the ID, user ID and then send mail. So after pressing this button, the password reset mail is gone, and now new password can be set. Change password, and when you go back, then admin can enter using the same credentials A1 and the new password pass. So here we have landed into the admin home page. Now let's get to the nav bar. Admin home is already this page only, and let's get to change password. Now change password. Here if admin feels that the password is compromised, then he or she can anytime change the password. Please go back. Now there is set semester dates. Please open that. Here you can set the starting date and the ending date of the semester. So please set the starting date as 23rd, maybe 23rd July, and end date as something 29th November. So here now you can see that there are different cards: student, professor and all. One thing I missed, sorry, that there is edit email option where admin can edit the email which will be used for the forward password option. And one thing is courses request list. Here one facility is there that students can request access to some courses, and those will be shown over here. The admin can approve or disapprove them. So let's get to admin home. And here student, when you click on student, then all the students in this online education portal are displayed over here. So let's go back to admin home, and when you add a student, so you can see students cannot be added during a semester. So this is about set semester dates. This is the use of set semester dates. We have set such dates that semester is going on right now. So let us set semester dates in such a way that semester has ended. If semester is going on, add student and update courses of a student won't work. So that's why let's change the dates. And now if you go for add student, it will work. So now I hand over to Vaibhav. Please explain the features when semester has ended.
Okay, so now that we have seen the nav bar, we can add a student along with the course and all the information required in the database. So let's add a student, pass, and let's just roll number, B.Tech. All these entries are checked in a database, so invalid entries will always be identified. Let's set date of birth, male, and let's add a course of database and add student. Okay, student was added. Now let's check. Okay, so the student has been added now. Also, we can remove the student whenever we want. So if we remove the student, we just add it 65. Okay, so he has been removed from the database. Also, adding the student is a very long task if done for many students at once. So to ease that, there is also a upload Excel file option. So if we can upload many students through one Excel file. If we see the content, there are 2 students in the Excel file. Let's add them. Okay, so now let's check the database. Dev Chandra has been added from the Excel file. Also, there's an update option in case an entry for the student is wrong or we want to update the course. So let's we need a roll number to update details. So this one is Priyanshu. The old data is here for reference in case we want to keep it the same. So now let's change the study to B.Tech. Everything looks. Let's change it to only CS201. We are unassigning a course. Updated correct values. So now we go again check what's the course is. So CS207 has been unassigned for Priyanshu. Now coming over to professor, the working is somewhat similar to that of students. So first of all, we check all the professors there are in the college along with the post employee ID which we use to identify them. So now let's add another professor. So now let's add a professor. Username can be anything really, 78. Now employee ID, which needs to be an integer. Let's make him a professor. He belongs to the computer science branch, and the email ID, which is very important in case Uttam forgets his password. And now let's assign some course to Uttam, CS207, and add professor. Okay, so professor was added. You see that Uttam has been added as a professor. The same functionality is also provided. The Excel file, we can upload features to Excel file. Same way we added students. Here we have the data. So Komal pass mail is there in the Excel file. Let's add. Okay, so let's see. Komal has been added to the database as a professor. Okay. We can also remove professor. Let's remove Uttam. We have just added, and see Uttam has been removed from the database. And likewise, like student, let's update some professor data. Again, old value is there just for reference. Now let's department ID. No, there's only one department. Let's change the date of birth in case there was an error, and let's unassign course. And yeah, updated correct values, so everything looks good. See, CS207 has been unassigned from Nagendra. And department, there is one department called computer science. We can also add another department. So let's add another department to electrical. Let's add. So now if we check the database, there are 2 departments with department ID 1 and 2 respectively. Now let's remove the department we just added. So there's only computer science. Also, if there is some error in the name of the department, we can always change it. So let's change it to just computers. So if we now check the departments, the name has been changed. Also, there is option for course. Currently 2 courses are taught, CS201, CS207. And now let's suppose we want to also add course called maths. So MA203 and then complex, gmeet.com is the class link which the students will use, and then the credits for the semester. And now let's see the course. Complex has been added now. Now let's check the remove functionality. Now let's see the course. Okay, so complex has been removed successfully. Now also we can update. So let's see CS207, we want to change it to something more compact, DBMS. Now let's update and check the course. It's now DBMS. So now I'd like Punadeep to continue the demonstration.
So thank you, Weber. Now, one thing I would like to add that for department and course, a student or a professor can be added with the respective department and course only if it exists in the database. So that is a check put by our website. And one more thing, while deleting a department or a course, it is checked that if it is not occupied by any student or professor. So this is a facility given by our project. So now let's get to the admin. So here you can see the two options, add admin and remove admin. Weber, please add admin. Here you have to fill in the entries. A99, password, let's keep it pass. User ID is A99 and admin ID will be 99. And email, which is important for forget password facility. Then you can add the admin and you can also remove the admin. And how to check that if admin is added or not, if you log out and then log in as an admin, use the same credentials. You see that it is logged in. And now, while removing an admin, you can enter the admin ID. So let's remove the one with admin ID 100. And that was having user ID A1. So now if you check that if that admin has logged out, has been removed or not, so log out and then again log in as A1. You can see that wrong username or password. So let's log in using the new admin credentials. That is A99 and password. Okay, so next is timetable. So admin has to see that what are the times of classes of different subjects. So please go to the timetable. Here you can see the calendar view. And now if you press the course code, let's go for CS207 and check. So below you can see the color codes. Here the royal blue color shows that one class on that day and the green color multiple classes on that. So we have assigned some time to that course and that has been reflected over here. And you can check for different subjects. So this was for CS207, I guess, and for CS201. We go to the previous one. This color is happening according to SEM dates. So before a starting SEM date and after end SEM date, no colors will be given. So this is how admin will see that when the classes of a specific course are there. So please go back. And here obviously you can assign the time slot and unassign the time slot. Let's assign the time slot to the course CS207 and day, let's keep it Saturday, and time 2 o'clock. So assign time slot, and now if we go to the timetable and then put CS207 and check, and if we go back, you can see that Saturday is updated now. So this is how it's working, and may go back to admin home and we can unassign the time slot to CS207 Saturday, and 14 hours. So we can unassign and check if it is reflected on the timetable. CS207, check. And if we go to the previous month, if you wonder why it's not showing on November, because we have set semester dates that it is ending before the Saturday of November, that is, it's ending before 7th. So this was about timetable. Please go back to the admin tool. And now there are faculty posts and programs. So one thing I must say, that when student is added, he or she is associated with enrolled in some program. So that program needs to exist in the database, then only the student can be added. Otherwise it will be showing that the invalid entry is given. So, and similarly, when professor is added and he or she is given a post, that post must exist in the database. And similarly, while deleting posts and programs, it must ensure that no professor has occupied that post and no student has occupied that program. So, Vaibhav, please may you show what are the faculty posts right now? Now we have two posts right now, assistant professor and professor, and you might have seen that the professors who are there, we saw the data, they are either assistant professor or professor. No other post is there. So please may you go back to admin home. And now please scroll down. So we can add a post. Let's say director. So a new post is added, and now a professor can be added with some director post. And we can also remove the post. And here you can, in faculty posts, you can see that assistant professor, 1 employee is there. Director, 0 employees are there because we have not assigned any professor with the post director, and professor, 2 employees are there. So may I go back? And similarly, we can remove the post director. Now we can see that this is reflected. Yes. And similarly, for programs, you can see that presently only one program is there, that is B.Tech, and its description is given as Bachelor of Technology, and number of students is 4. One thing I must say, that if a student is removed or added, this table will also be added. So please may you go back to admin home and add a program. Let's say M.Tech and program name Master of Technology. Add program, and now you can see the number of students in M.Tech is 0 because we have not assigned any student M.Tech. And if we go back and go to remove program, here you can remove M.Tech. Now for ensuring that if a student is increased or not, this 4 is increased or not, we will be adding a student with B.Tech. Weber, please add. Program is B.Tech, and here of study can be anything. Department ID 1, date of birth, email, and mail. Add course. So we have added a student, and let's see to the programs part. As you can see, that number of students has increased from 4 to 5. Similarly, if we add a professor, when here we will be adding a professor with the title assistant professor post. I'm sorry. Employee ID, and here department ID is 1, and assistant professor is the post. You have to give the date of birth, mail. Let's add a course and then add. So professor was added. If you go to faculty posts, Now you can see that assistant professor has increased from 1 to 2. So this was all about the functionalities in the admin page. Thank you very much, and we can log out now.
Hello everyone, myself Komal. I am from Group G1 and we are working on the project based on the topic online education portal. This is our homepage. Our homepage contains 4 cards based on the student, professor, admin and courses. This courses section can access by anyone without a login. Below the homepage there is the about section. Anyone can get the information about our portal. So let us first log in the student portion. So the student can log in through their credential. Like if any student forget the password, then there also a forget password button. From there he or she can recover his password through a mail ID provided by him. Okay, like if we press on the forget password, then he can recover his password by entering his or her ID, and by clicking on the same mail, then a mail will come to him, and he can easily recover the password from here. So let's move back, and if you log in with the correct credential, like sign in, then we will go to the student homepage. So this is basically our student homepage, which contains a bio section. The bio section of any student contains his information like name, roll number, etc. There's the information regarding him. Below the bio section portion, there are five cards. The student can access these 5 cards from these proceed buttons, and also there's all cards. He can also access those cards from this nav bar. So let us access these from this nav bar. So let's first go to the mark attendance button. So the mark attendance page basically enhances a student to mark his attendance in the ongoing class. And since there is no ongoing class at this moment, so he is unable to mark an attendance. If there is one, then he will be able to mark that attendance. So on moving to my attendance, the student can check his attendance, like if he enter the course code, so he will be able to easily check his or her attendance. So from this calendar portion, he will be able to find that he will attend how many classes. Like if any class will be of if any date will be of red color, then it means no classes will be attended, and according to all those colors, he will be able to find that if he is attend all classes or partially no classes will be attended by him. So he can also check from here, like out of total classes he attend how many classes. So he can basically check his attendance from here. Okay, and also there is a demo video on marketing by attendance, which will be shared at last of this video. So now further moving on the timetable portion, the student can easily access his timetable, like in how many courses he is enrolled, the timetable of those on which day, on which schedule, on which time his class is scheduled. So he can easily check the time from here. Like CS207 class is scheduled on 5 p.m. on Thursday, so he can basically check his timetable from here. Now go to the courses. He can easily check how many courses he or she is enrolled, how many courses. So he can see basically from here. On the study material part, he can easily access the study material of his enrolled courses, and these study material will be provided by the professor. Okay, we will discuss about this later. So from this change password, he can change his password, like by entering his old password and a new password, and then confirming new password, he will be able to change his password. Like, go back. Also, yeah, there is a request course button also. So any student can also request any courses, like he want to enroll in like maths course, so he can request that from here, and the same request will go to the admin can proceed his request, means can accept his request. So on clicking on logout, he will be logged out. So that's all about the student portion. Now,
hello everyone, I am Priyanshu. I describe professor section of our website. So this is a main home page of our website, which is described by Komal. So we can go simply professor section of our website. So this is professor login button. We simply click it, and this came a professor sign up page, which is similar as student and admin sign up page. Professor can enter her ID and password, so he can simply sign up the home page of professor. Here also a button of forget password. If professor can forget their password, then he can recover the password by simply entering the mail ID which admin can register by the mail ID by professor. So simple, we can enter correct credential and go home page of a professor and see the working of professor home page. This is a professor home page. This page is divided into 4 sections. First, this is a header which is common in all the pages, and this is a navbar which have all the link which is related to professor page, and this is a bio of professor which contain all the information of professor like professor name, which department he belong, post, email, gender and date of birth. And similarly here a card which contain link of professor pages, which link is also included in navbar. Now we can go and check all the link and it's working. This is the check attendance page. Here professor can check attendance of a student by entering the course code. Simply he entered the course code and check the attendance like this. Now we can go and check attendance by date. We have also implement a functionality that professor can check attendance by a date. Simply professor can enter course code and select the date which he want to check the attendance of a student. Simply he can check and get the attendance, but here no student registered the attendance, so he can get nothing. Similarly, this is a timetable of professor. He and she can see which how many days he can enroll in this timetable. This timetable of professor can assign by admin. Admin have functionality to assign the timetable of professor. Simply this is a course of professor. This is also assigned by admin. Admin have functionality to assign the professor which he course want to teach. And this is a study material section where professor can add or remove study material. So if we want to demonstrate the working of this page, simply we add the course code, and suppose we add a link facebook.com and simply click the add study material button. Then we see a facebook.com is entered in the course section. If we professor want to remove this study material, then simply select this and click remove option. Then we see the course code is removed. Professor can also search study material by link or courses. This implementation also done in this page. Simply this is a change password. If he and she can want to change their password, then here he entered old password and new password, then click change password button, so he simply changed the password. Now this we cover up all the functionality of professor page, so simply we log out the page, and this is
Hello everyone. So this is the demo of the attendance part of our project. So Vaibhav, please may you log into the student page. So as you can see that this is the student page, and the name of the student whose account we have logged in is Komal. So let's see what are the courses in which Komal is enrolled in. These are the courses CS201, CS207 and MA203 in which Komal is enrolled. So let's see what is the timetable. This video is recorded at 5:43, 16 November, which is Monday, and you can see that CS201 class is going on right now. So let's check what is my attendance in CS201. So as you can see that total classes is 3 for to now, and out of that one class is attended, and in the calendar also you can see that in the 16th November yellow is given. What is the meaning of yellow? That the out of total classes, some classes have been attended by the student. If no classes have been attended, then it is red, and if all classes are attended, then green is used. So as you can see that Komal has attended one class out of 3 classes, and which is on 16th only, and there were other classes also of CS201 on Monday itself, so he has attended one of them. So let's mark the attendance for this class which is ongoing. As you can see that at 5 CS201 class is going on, and here after marking attendance it is showing that attendance marked successfully. So, and you can go back to the my attendance part and let's check about CS201. So you can see that it has increased to 2. So he has attended 2 classes out of total classes 3. One thing to be noted is that the server was not running for long, but the server has started just some seconds back before starting this video. So that's why it is not including all the classes, and that's why it is showing total classes as 3. So now let's log out and see if the changes are reflected in the professor's side. P4. So as you can see that we have logged in into the professor page and the name of the professor is Purnadeep. Let's see what are the courses which Purnadeep takes. The professor teaches these courses, that is CS201 and CS207. So let's check attendance in CS201. As you can see that recently we saw that Komal, who is enrolled in CS201, has attended 2 days out of total classes 3, which you can see over here also. And let's check what is attendance by day. In CS201, you can select today's date and you can see what is today's attendance. And you can see that, as I said you, that Komal has attended one of the classes today, and that was at 3 o'clock. And now at 5 o'clock we showed you that Komal marked the attendance, and here you can see. And let's see if our system is proof or not. Let's see if Komal can again mark the attendance. Please may you again log into Komal's page. You can mark attendance, and if you mark the attendance, it will show attendance already marked, and you can see my attendance for CS201. You can see that it is still 2. So our attendance system is foolproof. So this was all about attendance system. Thank you.